Welcome to my channel. I am ATwayAMyin. I am a writer. Today, I would like to talk about my grandmother, Khin, Chit, a writer and journalist, and her book 3 Years Under the Japs. My grandmother, Khin, Chit, she was born on 1st May on 1915. So she will be 109 years old today on 2024 if she were still alive. Happy birthday, my dear grandma. Today, I'm going to tell my viewers about your book, 3 Years Under the Japs. This book was published in 1945 after the World War after Japanese regimes. My grandmother said this book helped them to keep body and soul together. In 1943, by June, the Japanese had overrun the country. At that time, my grandparents had decided to go down to Rangoon with their only son. My grandparents, they both were born in 1915 and met in wartime and passed through a hard and a poor life as they even selling slippers on the platform of Rangoon and witnessed the country's hard time and had wartime experience. Because of the air raiding, they moved one place to another. One of the places that they lived for 2 or 3 years in wartime was number 24, Burmese Street, Central, Rangoon. At that time, my grandfather worked at Foreign Office at Golden Valley. At that time, their only son, Petit, he stayed with a nanny while his parents went to work. Every evening, he was waiting his parents return from their work. I was told that some Burmese nuns took care of him. After the World War, my grandmother published her book 3 Years Under the Japs. At the back of the cover, we may see that published by Khin, Chit, 24, Burmese Street, Central. And also, we will see that printed at the Royal Stationery, 408-410, Dalhousie Street, Rangoon. These are the memories of old time. When we were born, we don't know anything about hard time, difficulties in wartime that my grandparents passed through. That's why my grandfather always said to his grandchildren that you all were so lucky because you don't know anything about hardship in wartime experience. That's what our grandparents thought at that time. When we grew older, we saw that our grandparents and our parents were searching a copy of 3 Years Under the Japs. It means that there was no copy left at home. It is not quite easy to find the book. But luckily, a writer, Mao Zedong, he is a librarian at the time, found it and gave it to the family. So we all were so happy to receive the book. This book has only 46 pages. There was a foreword written by Dito Ubachu. Dito Ubachu, he was a very famous Burmese scholar in Burma. His English was very high, very difficult to understand. In 2009, I translated the whole book into Burmese. It was serialized, published in ATwayAMyin Magazine for 3 or 4 months. I remembered at the time I asked my father when I translated Dido Ubachu's foreword. It was very difficult for me to understand his English. In 2011, by language of 3 years under the Japs, I mean my grandmother's English writing and my translated in Burmese, it both was published at Down Publication House. It was a decade ago. I don't know, 2011 copies were still available. Before long, I received some messages, emails and letters from my grandmother's readers and my readers. They wanted to read my grandmother's book, 3 Years Under the Japs. I immediately replied then because I know a Kindle e-book shop link. There was my grandmother's English version, 3 Years Under the Japs was there. But I almost forgot to give them another Burmese online bookshop link. So now I gave you these 2 links at my description box below, so you may find and learn that about my grandmother's book, 3 Years Under the Japs, if you are interested. I would like to tell you that my grandmother used to say about her wartime experience. She said, during Japanese era, bombs were dropping from the sky. Japanese soldiers, they were torturing people, they were killing people in a very cruel way that human cannot imagine. But Burmese people can bear those hardships. They can live happily in grief. That's why they are not going crazy. That's my grandmother used to say. So, when I heard that my grandmother said, I remembered a poem written by William Blake. I would like to recite some famous lines before I end this video. Joy and woe are woven fine, a clothing for the soul divine. Man was made for joy and woe, and when this we rightly know, safely through the wall we go. In this poem, poet wants to tell that accept both joy and pain, knowing that both are part of everyone's life, because things are attached to each other. When we know that joy and grief are part of our life, we can live happily in grief too. Thank you for watching this video. I also want to express my thankfulness for your support, for your comments, my video, for your likes my videos, for your subscription to my channel. Your support encouraged me to go on to continue my channel alive. See you next time.
Should all evidence be forgot and never blown?